What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. With all the changes that have taken place over the last few weeks, it can be confusing for players to know where to go for the best source of high stat armor. So today we'll be clearing up this confusion and breaking down the absolute best sources to get high stat armor here in Destiny 2 Final Shape. And when we refer to high stat armor, we are talking about the character stats that each armor piece drop with. An armor piece with base character stats of 65 to 67 would be considered high stat armor, and how those points are distributed will play a significant role towards your ability to obtain double and triple 100 stat builds. To improve the likelihood of any armor dropping with the specific armor stats that you're in need of, you'll need to be sure to assign your ghost with the appropriate armor focusing mod. So what are the best methods of obtaining high stat armor? The most lucrative source right now is going to be failsafe at the helm. I've had a ton of success so far collecting several pieces of armor that dropped with high stats of 66 and 67. Once you've completed the first few stages of failsafe's seasonal questline, you'll unlock the ability to focus specific seasonal armor pieces. Each piece of armor will cost 2 engrams, but obtaining engrams is pretty easy because you get them by completing any seasonal activity and ranking up with failsafe. You also get them through the season pass and by completing seasonal challenges. I would say that failsafe has just as high of chances of dropping high stat armor as the war table did back during Lightfall, so this will certainly be the #1 source to get high stat armor. Beyond failsafe, the next optimal farming sources would be hitting up the weekly dungeons, especially when the Pit of Heresy is in rotation. By defeating the final boss in each weekly dungeon, you have an almost guaranteed chance at getting high stat armor, but only on your first weekly completion. When the Grasp of Avarice is in rotation, it'll make a great source for high stat artifice armor, but that'll need to be farmed on its master difficulty. Master raids are another source of getting high stat armor. Each week, the raid in rotation will offer armor that will be pre-focused to a rotation of different character stats. But because of the sheer difficulty level of master raids, this is a much less recommended method. Trials and competitive PvP are also a source of obtaining high stat armor and artifice armor, but that might be less ideal of an option for some of you out there. Completing any of the pinnacle challenges each week will also grant you a chance of getting high stat armor, but these usually require much more time investment. I had initial hopes that Ghost and Mika 10 would offer high stat armor through the Pale Heart, but both of those vendors have been extremely inconsistent, and more often than not, they've dropped very low stat armor, which circles us back to failsafe and those new seasonal activities as being the optimal source of getting high stat armor. So if you're trying to put together the perfect build, but you don't want to spend weeks doing it, then get yourself some failsafe engrams, unlock her armor focusing, and get yourself some of that sweet seasonal armor. Now before we bring this video to a close, I do have one extra tip to help you all out with putting together double and triple 100 stat builds. If you find yourself in a position where you're a point away from hitting 100 points in resilience, then you can use those old blue solstice armor ornaments. Through some crazy means of magic, these provide 1 extra point of resilience. It's been like that for nearly 2 years now, and it continues to work here in Final Shape. So while it might not be super helpful, it could come in handy one day. And with that said, I wish you all the best of luck out there. If you found any other sources of high stat armor, then be sure to let us know what those are down in the comments below. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. If you're a new Light Guardian just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran just looking for a new home, then be sure to check out the Discord link in the description below and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.